Hello Toads and Toadettes, welcome to my second video of my Wii U collecting series, and that is with the underrated games of the system. This is going to have more personal opinion in it, rather than my must-buys video I did for the Wii U, which check out if you are looking to get absolutely amazing games. I want more of my general consensus there, and a little bit of my personal opinion. Today is just my personal opinion, as these games are really not even that much talked about, and just games that I found enjoyable that I wish people had, more talked about and more attention towards these games. And also, if you've not seen, I've been doing a 3DS collecting series as well. If you are collecting for the 3DS, I've already done an underrated games video for that and a must-buys video, so I definitely recommend checking that out. Without further ado, let's get this video started. Starting this off, we're going to be starting with the Kirby franchise, and that's the only one on the Wii U, being Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. Fun fact, this was my first Kirby game. It's only 7 years ago, so it wasn't that long ago, but it was the first Kirby game that I touched. And yes, there are better Kirby games to start with, but it was my first one, and I do not regret it. This game is still really good. It's arguably the best Kirby spin-off. I mean, for me, it's Mass Attack. I'm a Mass Attack kind of guy. But Rainbow Curse, it's still really up there, and I still think it's a really solid game. Most Kirby fans don't really talk about this. This is kind of, people in general don't really talk about this game. I feel like it's very forgotten, and that's just that's sad, because this game, there's a lot of fun to be had with this game. People usually get turned off with the, not being able to control Kirby fully thing. This is also a sequel to Canvas Curse, another Kirby spinoff. This game is way better than Canvas Curse. First of all, I just want to talk about the art style in this game. It is one of the best art styles Nintendo has ever done. This game looks absolutely beautiful. And now getting to the gameplay part, which more people get turned off by, is that you use the stylus in the Wii U gamepad, with that, touch controls, and that's how you control Kirby. You draw rainbow lines for Kirby, because he's a ball in this game. He doesn't walk for some reason. And you roll him. It's just like Canvas Curse. They didn't really do anything besides now if you tap on him, I guess he dashes. That's his ways of attacking. But something they did fix in this game is that, yes, you can play the game walking, but you'd have to play as either second player, third player, or fourth player. As they play as Waddle Dee. Waddle Dee can walk around normally. They should have made some. People complain about how you can't really control Kirby, but I feel like that would kind of get rid of the whole entire gimmick of this game. Yes, they should have maybe done a mode where you could just play normally, but it kind of removes the whole entire purpose of the game, if you get what I'm saying. I think that this game is perfectly executed. I don't really have much problems with it. It also adds transformations: Kirby Tank, Kirby Submarine, and Kirby Rocket. The amiibo are in this game. Bosses are amazing. The music in this game is really good. What is there really not to like about Kirby and the Rainbow Curse? Also, people looking to get this physically, last time I checked, probably $30. eShop is probably $40, $60. One of those, probably $60. Still though, Kirby and the Rainbow Curse is definitely a game you should check out, especially if you're a Kirby fan. Next up is for the Pokemon franchise, and that being the only game on Wii U, which is Pokken Tournament. This game, honestly, was a big surprise. I don't think anyone really saw this coming. A Tekken X Pokemon crossover. It's basically, Pokemon fight, but this game is way different. Like it says, an all-new Pokemon battle experience. It takes the gameplay of Tekken. If you don't know what Tekken is, it's a fighting game, and it just puts it with Pokemon instead of actual Tekken characters. This game can actually be a lot of fun, and to be honest, this is done Switch with Pokken Tournament DX. That version is, it's better. Still though, the Wii U version is also really good. I'm glad they ported it to Switch though, because this game would have got this would have been extremely underrated, because this game is actually really fun. If you're looking more towards Smash, if you're thinking this is like Pokemon Smash kind of thing, it's not really that. It's, like I said, it's Tekken. It's not Smash. It's not a platform fighter. Still though, Pokken Tournament. Also, when this game, when the Switch version wasn't out, Wii U was still actually a thing. Switch wasn't out. People played this online. Now it's a little bit more hard to find online. Still though, you could probably find it if you had the patience. Local co-op also, where someone plays on the Wii U gamepad and the other plays on the TV, which is also, I think, a cool idea. There's even leagues, kind of like tournaments, if you get what I mean. Overall though, this was a big surprise for most people, because who would have saw a Tekken Pokemon crossover, and who would have saw it actually being actually really fun? Just for some reason, playing as Pokemon, not in an RPG kind of style, just feels really fresh and new, and I actually honestly really enjoyed this game. Pokken Tournament. Definitely check this out. Physical collectors, you're actually looking at a cheap price of probably $10. If you're lucky, you could find this for like $6, $8. It's not an expensive game. For digitally, it's probably $60. Just get it physically. Even if you're getting games digitally, just get it physically. You're gonna save money. Maybe it's probably $60 on the eShop. But yes, Pokken Tournament is still a really fantastic game that did get overshadowed on Wii U, and it just honestly no one really talks about. It's still a really good game. Next up is for the Fire Emblem franchise, and like with all the other games I've been showing, this is the only one on Wii U, and that is Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE. This game is another crossover, just like Pokken Tournament. This is Shin Megami Tensei X Fire Emblem crossover, more towards SMT more than Fire Emblem, but it is still a spin-off of Fire Emblem as well. This game also I just want to like point this off at the bat. It's like 60 hours long, 50 hours long, something around there. You're getting a lot of value from this game because of how long it is. Yes, it's more of a grindy game, and it's not that similar to normal Fire Emblem, as it's kind of, I don't know if you really want to consider this a dungeon crawler. I mean, you could. Yeah, it's basically a dungeon crawler meets Fire Emblem. So if you're looking for a game similar to Fire Emblem, that's not really where you're going to get here. It's nothing. It's not nothing, but it's basically, the only thing that has to do with Fire Emblem here is like the characters. As you can see also, by the whole entire back kind of goes by, it's also based on music a lot. Not the biggest thing about this game though, because the biggest thing about this game is the battle system. It's pretty different. It takes a little bit getting used to. I wasn't really used to it at first. But I would say it's the biggest thing about Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE. Just overall though, this game has like a lot of value in it. If you're like 60 hours from a Wii U game, especially this is cheap by the way. Physical collectors, you can probably find this for $20, $15, tops, $15, maybe get lucky. On the eShop, probably $60. This game is also on Switch with Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE Encore. Arguably better, still though the Wii U version is cheap, and it's still fun. If you like Fire Emblem or SMT, this is still a game to look into, as you're getting a lot of value here. Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE, late Wii U game, got overshadowed by Switch. More people need to play this. Next up on our list is part of the Wii franchise. Like, wait, what? You put a Wii game on your list? Yes, I did, and it's really good, and that is with Wii Party U. Best party game on Wii U. There's not that much. It's like this and Mario Party 10. Mario Party 10 is bad. This is a good party game. Most people would look at this kind of like, oh, that's funny. Yeah, that's funny. No, yes, it is funny having your Miis, but this game does have a lot to offer, especially for a party game. So just off the bat, most people know what party games are. There's mini games, just like if you played Mario Party, you'll understand the premise around this game. There's mini games, but also it's not just boards. There's multiple stuff you can do. First of all, there's TV party mode, which really has you more what the Wii franchise is about, moving around. I haven't played much of that, but what I have played more of is house party mode. House party is a lot of fun. There's stuff like Gamepad Island, which is a more linear path, but I love the little drawing things you have to do. I'm trying to think of more. The Fashion Plaza one is also amazing. There's like the Highway Runners, I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. And also all the mini games in this are also really good. Like I see billiards right here as well. I remember that one. Wii Party U also has the gamepad party mode. I remember the gamepad party mode where you're only using the gamepad. So basically, one person would be sitting here, one person would be sitting here, and you kind of play like that. Really cool ideas added to Wii Party as a series. I don't see a Switch party coming to Switch, so I honestly can see this being the last Wii Party game. Still, consider picking this up. Wii Party U is still really fun, especially if you have like a lot of friends or family around looking to have a good time. Wii Party U can get a real good laugh out of you. Don't think of this game as a joke, because this game is actually really fun. I've had a lot of fun playing this. This is a fun fact. This is actually my third copy. 2 other ones have broke, so yes, this is my third copy. It's a little fun fact there. But yeah, besides the point, for physical collectors, you're looking at 60 to like 80, so it's a little bit of a weird range. You probably get lucky and find it for 60. Yes, this is a more expensive game compared to the others. This is pretty expensive. Look, we can get it on the eShop, also $60, so it doesn't really matter where you get this. Wii Party U though is still an amazing game that is really underrated. No one really talks about this game at all. Next on our list, and the last game on our list, is a standalone game, I guess you could say, and that is with NES Remix Pack. For those of you who don't know, this is a bundle of NES Remix and NES Remix 2, as you can see here, and it also includes Super Luigi Bros, which is Super Mario Bros on the NES, but you play as Luigi. This game, for those of you who don't know what NES Remix is, like, you know, like, what is NES Remix? This sounds interesting. It takes your classic NES games and remixes it, as you can tell by the title. Some would just be maybe a boss fight from like Kirby's Adventure, or a level from, I don't know, Mario Bros or Lost Levels. Or sometimes it'll actually remix the stages by, for example, here it's defeating Wispy Woods with Super Mario Bros. 3 boos on your screen, or defeating Donkey Kong as Link. This is also a good way to actually dive into the NES's library, even though it's not just giving you the games. It's taking some of the best parts of the games and just throwing them at you. For those of people who maybe looked over Punch-Out or Ice Climbers, you kind of find some of the best parts about it. This game also, maybe like I said, maybe get really into Punch-Out. I now really like Punch-Out, and I could say it's because of this game. NES Remix is just a really good game, and this just kind of got not even like closely looked at. NES Remix and NES Remix 2 were eShop games, and they did this as a physical release. And there's also Ultimate NES Remix on 3DS. Just for some reason, no one really talks about this anymore for some reason, and it's such a good game. I'd say it's probably the best way to experience NES games, as it makes it a lot of fun. So you can get this physically, probably around, I want to say, $20, $30, 20. It's very random. We could probably find this for $15. eShop, it's probably $60. Maybe it's 40. It's probably 40 on the eShop. NES Remix Pack, though, a very underrated game on the Wii U. And there you have it. These are my underrated games of the Wii U console. This is going into more of my personal opinion, as I enjoy all of these games a lot. And I just felt like these games were personally just overlooked for most people. Barely people talk about these games. And if people talk about them, it's usually in a not so good manner, especially with Rainbow Curse. But all these games on Wii U, if you have a Wii U, I'd consider looking into these games. Some of these are cheap and have a lot of value, like Tokyo Mirage Sessions or NES Remix Pack. So yeah, like I said, these are my underrated games of the console. If you've not checked out my must-buys video, those are like the absolute must-buys of the console. Most of them are cheap as well. So if you're looking just for like really good experiences on the Wii U, I definitely recommend checking out the must-buys. These are just my videos that I felt my games that I felt like were kind of, just not looked at as much, just have as much attention as others, and there is still fun to be had here. So I definitely look into these games if you are looking for some games to play that no one really talks about. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up now, and on that note, guys, I will see you in the next one.